Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. First of all, if you like to support the channel, my PayPal will be in the description, so thank you guys very much. I'm back with part 6 of What If Naruto Was Born of Madara's Bloodline. Remember to get this one too. 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also guys, if you're new, yes, I indeed have 3 more channels which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. Anime King 3, and Anime Symbol. All the links will be down in the description, so go ahead and obliterate that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. So without further ado or wasting more time, how about we jump right into this brand new episode? Let's begin now guys. So the last time we left off, it seems that Danzo Paranoia was there as a safety guard for him. After the brutal kick and the severing of his arm, Danzo had called back all of his root agents. He knew that he should have struck from the first time he made up his mind to do so, but he allowed those idiots to make him believe that there was a chance. And now, he was being hunted. His root ninjas collapsing over the years. His power slowly draining away. He refused to allow it to continue anymore. He refused to accept it anymore. As he proceeded to gather his forces, and as he suspected, Naruto knew where he was. However, what Danzo never expected was for Naruto to emerge alone, by himself. Now that was beyond surprising, as Naruto came to Danzo, calling him a naive old fool that believe his way is law, and all he's done is wasted everyone's time with his chaos, and all of his actions will end today. The root ninjas started with the Yamanaka of the group trying to take Naruto's mind. However, the man was dead within under a second as the others descended, trying to combine their power together. They realized they were dealing with a monster as they saw through its eyes. Danzo found other Uchihas blocking his path. As Naruto stepped away, the Uchihas remained behind, subduing the root. Danzo tried to fight Naruto, but it was useless. Speed, strength, intelligence. He had nothing on the boy. In his final moments, Naruto brought him into his eyes, allowing Danzo to see all the mistakes he's ever done. Naruto tortured him mentally, causing him to scream violently as his very being was destroyed. Naruto returned, their master dead. The root ninjas, the ones that remained, stopped in absolute shock. Naruto gave them a chance and opportunity. After all, their original goal was to serve Konoha. So bear their weapons and die, or lay them down and serve the mighty tree, as they will still be the roots within the shadows. Thus they surrendered. Hiruzen Sarutobi was not expecting it when the daimyo came to the village, as there was no meeting scheduled. But this meeting was to remove him from the position as Hokage. evidence that were being shown, things that he should know about. And the problem was he knew about none of them. Brought to the attention by the daimyo, there was so much there, and the people, due to everything that was being changed, due to all that the Uchihas had to offer them, none of the clan members stood, even Hayashi, stand by Naruto because things within his clan has changed drastically as well. So drastically. Hiruzen was put out. He returned back to the office, unable to believe it, as Naruto paid him a visit. Without even lifting a finger, Naruto had taken the position from him. Danzo was another matter. The only reason why he was not in prison for standing by and allowing things like this was because of the Hokage immunity. But the elders, on the other hand, they weren't so lucky. No one would question Naruto about the things that Danzo had done, given his disappearance. We later get to see Naruto appearing within the daimyo quarters. Naruto had something on him, something big enough for the daimyo to back him without hesitation. Then again, it wasn't exactly a bad thing for the Uchihas to rule, it seems. Naruto brought Mito back to the village. Things were different now. She knew a lot now, a lot more than she ever knew. We later find Naruto speaking with a man with a strange hood that hid his face. Turns out that he was partly responsible for Naruto finding the information on the daimyo and much more. Naruto did not know exactly what was his desires, but Naruto knew about his partner, which surprised the man a bit. His words were conflicted, but Naruto's words were the same. When Naruto was gone, the masked man appeared. As the man with the hood told him that he knew about him. As for Itachi and Shisui, they were returned, but they were different. Something happened to them. So yeah guys, basically as per the thought, you guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself. So yeah, let's begin this. Now guys, Itachi's eyes snapped open as he was covered in cold sweat. At the moment, him and Shisui was taking off duty. It would give them time to recover mentally after what they were put through. Haunting memories. It came back to him. Physically, Naruto did not touch them. Mentally though, his eyes proved to be far superior to Shisui. Far superior. You could see it in their movements. Fukaku noticed it, but Itachi did not want to talk about it, so he dropped it. Naruto's eyes contained powers that was mentally scarring. Itachi would never ever try to betray his clan ever again. Neither would Shisui. Neither wanting to go through that ever again. Even now they still had haunting nightmares. As he got up and washed his face to relax himself, he would not fall back asleep tonight. Time skip. A lot has happened. So much. For 1 month, there was no Hokage. Yes, but word had spread all over the village. Changes start to be made more than ever before. Even before this act, everyone within the red light district woke up to changes that made them praise the Uchihas. Praise the one that was leading this, Naruto Uchiha. However, the village was much more than that. The village was buzzing with unease. After the daimyo declaration, Hiruzen and Sarutobi had been forced into retirement without a fight, yet the new Hokage had not been crowned. For weeks, Naruto along with several others worked quietly but relentlessly working like a shadow, reshaping the Leaf Village. On day 3, he decided to cut the waste. There was a heated argument within the meeting chamber. The civilian council resisted when Naruto proposed cutting redundant taxes and bureaucratic offices that drain funds without producing any single result. They believed that they had a say in the matter, given their response. These positions have existed for decades. One of them said. Naruto was calm as he looked towards the man. And for decades, they have done nothing but fatten your pockets. He said, looking at each and every one of them. Within hours, whole chains of unnecessary offices were dismantled. Money flew back into the public projects all over the village, repairing, restoring. The people outside, even those who were skeptic, were truly shocked. Why didn't the third Hokage ever do that? Whispers start to break out. On day 6, Naruto led Uchiha's and Hyuga's patrol. As, due to the changes that took place within the Hyuga clan, there were many different changes now. Tenma, the one that was standing with Naruto, who stand by him for the removal of the cage bird seal. Naruto appointed Tenma as one of his advisors. He trusted the man gravely, seeing the result that he wanted, that despite what the Hyugas have been through, he didn't just want bloodshed from the main house. Tenma was the one that spoke for the branch family, but those words did not mean anything anymore. The divide was there. However, a chance to unify was there as well. Naruto was there when they came together, forming their own special force, similar to what the Uchihas have. The village was big, very very big, and it needed proper structure. The Uchihas, some of them spoke about this. After all, they were the one that was the police of the village. But Naruto decided to change things up, showing that they meant peace, showing that they will build something great. A unification came together. People who mistrust and hate one another will have to put that all aside. It wouldn't be easy at first, of course not. However, changes were needed, and changes shall be made. And nothing will stop Naruto from doing that. Thus, along with Tenma and Hayashi, also Fukaku as well, they move across the village like a plague, changing and fixing everything. Areas that were long ignored, not just the red light district, the black markets, the crime syndicates, those that push drugs and all sorts of things from the land of fire to Konoha. In days, patrols were sent out, hundreds were arrested, and several were taken down. Huge names within the underground market were slayed as they were found in the land of fire. In days, gambling dens, extortion rings, and smuggling pipelines were collapsed, wiped out. Not a single civilian were hurt. Most were returned home. Reparation was offered to the victims. Evidence were laid bare. Majority getting life within prison, forever taken away from the world. Even merchants that hated the Uchihas found themselves unable to deny. At least the boy delivers. On day 16, together with the daimyo, Naruto unveiled alliances that the Uchiha has forged, trading route with the Iron Country, agreements with neutral merchants, and infrastructure plans that promise to triple the Land of Fire revenue. The daimyo himself announced, "This young man has achieved more in weeks than some leaders do in decades." The people cheered louder than they have in years. They cheered his name. The streets of Konoha were overfilled with people. Some still had doubts, but the results speak for themselves. The streets were safe. The Hyugas were free. Buildings repair. Orphanage reconstructed. Children's safety. The boy had a stronger village in mind. And on the last day of the month, the daimyo raised his voice. Naruto Uchiha, though young, has proven himself a leader beyond his years. He has the heart of his clan, the strength of his will, and the balance of his mind. So today, I name him the 5th Hokage of Konoha. Hiruzen was standing there, respectfully of course. The village roared. Even some of the most skeptical clan bowed their heads. Fukaku stood there, calm, just like the other clan heads, seeing so much done in so little time. The plan they had in mind was a ruthless plan, a plan to conquer and dominate. But look at everything now. Even as things stood, Fukaku would remain the leader of the Uchiha clan, but Naruto had more say over the Uchiha than anyone else, and that was clear. But he was also all of their leader now, as the cloak bristled in the wind. He waved his hand to the people, and they exploded in cheers, seeing prosperity like never before. Time skip. You wanted to see me, Hokage-sama. Yes, please, have a seat. Even the office was different, as Naruto sat behind the chair. Kurenai Yui proceeded to sit down. I wanted you to be involved in something that I'm exploring, he said. He handed her a few papers. She looked them over. This is for the academy, she said. Yes, I believe that we should start in the beginning. For so long, many of our students, the new generation, has been put out into the field due to the peace of the times that we're in. Many have been left unprepared. I've studied the numbers. The drastic amount of returns have been great over the years. Something must be done, said Naruto. That is why the academy is changing, and this is just the first step. I've been told of your genius in Genjutsu, despite not being too far in age. To be spoken so highly by the Hokage himself, well, Kurenai was quite astonished. I want you to be a part of a group with teaching this next generation and many more to come. Hopefully having students that pass off your own knowledge to the greatness of the next generation, said Naruto. Kurenai was excited, and it shows. Not most was interested in the art. Most even believing that it was a lost art for those that did not possess special ocular powers. But that was not truthful. Not at all. She was delighted to accept without hesitation. Secondly, I've heard about your work with a young girl, Yakumo Kurama. Immediately, Kurenai's mood changed. Remembering that mission where she had to take drastic steps, sealing away the girl's powers, mentally locking her away to ensure that things would never go overboard ever again, because the last time it happened, her parents died and the young girl was scarred. So she did not like to think of that memory. But Naruto words. You are not to be blamed for your action, he said to her. You did what you were supposed to do. You saved her and many others. The spirit that resides with her, the physical manifestation of her power, is something dark. That is why I intend to fix it. Kurenai blinked. But, sir, she said, that's not. I have my ways, said Naruto. I've studied your case, and I'm able to remove the affliction. But my question to you is, will you be able to take her as a student once she's cured, said Naruto. Kurenai froze, looking down. That question is not for me, she said. Would she even accept me? She said, looking down. I've spoken to the girl. Your misunderstanding of the situation and hers in the beginning has changed. She understands what you had to do. Surely, when you see her again, you will understand. She doesn't hate me, Kurenai said. Would you like to see for yourself? Kurenai nodded without hesitation. Naruto pressed a button on the table. The next moment, a long brown-haired girl entered. She was happy to see Kurenai, but she was out in the open, not under the seal that kept her in check. Had he already fixed her? She rushed at Kurenai without hesitation and hugged her. Kurenai hugging back the young girl. She looked up towards the Hokage and gave him a nod, willing to accept the responsibilities. Truly shocked by it all. Time skip. Kurenai was gathered with others. Might Guy was there, Aoba, Asuma, and two others. As they sat, I'm telling you, he might be young, but he's possibly going to be one of the greatest Hokages that we ever had. He cured Yakumo. The others were shocked. That wasn't a subject that Kurenai liked to talk about. It scarred her what she had to do. But hearing her speaking so passionately, they all had a chance to meet the Hokage. All had a chance to speak with him. Some of them were still skeptical. Asuma mostly. After all, despite him and his father not really getting along that much, his father was the former Hokage, and he was taken out of his position. So that is where the hesitation came from. However, in a few weeks, everything changed. Proper chakra control was taught in the academy. Before, they taught them how to use techniques such as the transformation jutsu and mere shuriken throwing. But that was different now. Might Guy, along with several other taijutsu experts, none of them as professional as him though, in the art, now found themselves teaching students. Each of them were glad, extremely so. Chakra exercises, more efficient for those that possess small amount because they have greater control to properly show them how to handle it and handle themselves. And for those that had larger amounts, they had greater teachers that had the time to sit down with them. The funding in the academy was being wasted. So much funds going to unnecessary projects. Naruto cut all of that and hired different teachers. People who want to spread their knowledge. People who want to be a part of the growth of the next generation. And that was only one step. We later find Naruto making his way, along with his envoy. It was a sign of respect on his part as he made his way towards the Sand Village. He was greeted by Raza, the fourth Kazekage, as both men have a little sit down. The Kazekage tried to use the fact that he was older, more experienced against Naruto. He wanted to control the conversation. After all, Naruto seek to make their relationship better. Thus, he wanted to control it all. But something was wrong. Naruto was too calm. So calm in fact that Raza started to get angry because the proceedings were not under his control. But the most surprising part of this all, Konoha offered to share more with the sand. Due to their environment and their lack of water, Naruto put a big step forward. A bigger part, a bigger piece of the pie. Rasa was taken aback as he tried to push for more, but everything else was shut down. But the meeting ended with him getting more than he expected though. And yet, as he sat there, his mind swayed to darker thoughts. His mind corrupted by greed and anger as well. Was this some sort of pity? Was he and his people being looked down upon? Why his thoughts even went there? Show the way of mankind. However, Naruto gave him a piece, but he want a yard. He want the entire ocean, the whole pie, just like many has done, and paid a grave mistake. He underestimated Naruto. He believed that Naruto was using this to rope him in, to get him on his side no matter what. But Rasa had no idea what was truly going on, because he and his people has been going through it. Due to the leaf and their power, most of the missions were going to them, even their own daimyo was sending missions. Thus Rasa had a hatred from the third. And now, this. Despite getting what he wanted, basically, he wasn't satisfied. And things like this, idiotic thoughts and movements, this is how people end up dying. Time skip. Jiraiya was in the office, face to face with a new leader. He just arrived. Much hasn't been said except for a simple greeting. But this conversation, there was a lot there. So much there to unpack. As Jiraiya leaned against the wall, he spoke. You shaking up things a lot in your short time as Hokage. I'll give you that. The streets are cleaner. The Hyugas walk around without fear. Even the daimyo seem pleased. Still, the way you took the seat, his voice trailing off, the heavy weight of his loyalty to Hiruzen still there. Naruto smiled. I know what you're thinking, Jiraiya, he said. Hiruzen was your master, your Hokage, and nothing will ever change that bond. But look around. The people wanted change. I simply gave them what they were waiting for. Jiraiya sighed, scratching his head. You sound a lot older than your actual age, kid. But maybe that is what Konoha needs right now. Naruto leaned forward, very calm and respectful. And what Konoha needs, it has. You've done a wonderful job yourself, Jiraiya. Your network, your information. Even when the village falter, you carry its name behind these walls. And I don't overlook that. Jiraiya blinked, caught off guard by this sudden praise. But before he could say anything, Naruto's tone shifted. Not harsh, not cold. Just sharp, like a blade beneath silk. There is something you should know. Mito Namikaze knows everything. Jiraiya, eyes widened, bracing himself against the wall. He blinked. What did you just say? She knows. The truth, said Naruto. Jiraiya tone raised, rough and urgent. Why would you tell her that? Do you have any idea what you've done? If the wrong ears catch wind of... Naruto did not flinch. He did not raise his own voice. He did not lean on his title. His calmness was the weight of his own words as he simply looked at Jiraiya as he spoke. The only ones that knew are those who already did, and know her. No one else will, said Naruto. I decided that I didn't want to lie to her anymore. She trusts me, and I trust her, said Naruto. Jiraiya clenched his fists, struggling to find the words. The boy before him wasn't a boy anymore. You're playing with fire, he said. Do you realize what our enemies will do if they know about this? And do you realize what keeping her in the dark will do to her? I will not lie to her, said Naruto. The silence stretched as they looked at one another, but Naruto's resolve was unbreaking. Jiraiya's shoulder sagged. Naruto's resolve was truly unshakable. His tone then shifted, softer, curious. Tell me something, Jiraiya. You have traveled far, haven't you? Do you know where Tsunade is these days? Jiraiya blinked, caught off guard by the sudden pivot. No, I've searched. Believe me, she doesn't want to be found. I see, said Naruto. Don't trouble yourself. I will find her myself. Jiraiya blinked. You? How? Not even my own contacts can find her. How will you find her? I have my ways. Well, there's a lot for me to do, said Naruto. It was a pleasure talking to you. The Sannin nodded, making his way off, realizing that this meeting was over. He made his way straight to Hiruzen. As both men sat on the porch. Retired life. Jiraiya was quiet. Hiruzen smoked his pipe, leaning back. How do you feel about the whole thing? Well, I have to be clear. I had dropped the ball a lot over the past couple of years. It wasn't until I truly looked into my mistakes that I saw by how much. You can see it for yourself, Jiraiya. How much has changed in such a short amount of time. Maybe the village indeed needed a new Hokage. And the paperwork is finally off my hands. He joked in the end, but Jiraiya was serious. What can I say? He made his move. And he did it wisely. I knew from the beginning that the Uchihas were up to something. But that boy, he's not any normal Uchiha. He's not any normal shinobi. He's something else. Something I've never seen before, Hiruzen said. Jiraiya was quiet at those words, thinking about his meeting with Naruto. Time skip. The dice landed on Snake Eyes. Tsunade groaned and slammed her hand on the table. Damn it, again? Before she could order another drink, Lady Tsunade, she froze, turning to face the entrance. Dressed in a black cloak, calmly standing there. She was surprised. So it's true. You really did it. The boy Uchiha Hokage. Naruto smiled. Rumors travel fast, I see. She scowled. What is a Hokage doing here of all places? Shouldn't you be back at the leaf sitting on your throne? I'm here for you, Naruto said. She raised her eyebrow at that. Flattered brat, but you're not my type. Naruto chuckled lightly, his calmness unsettling, contradicting with her sarcasm. Don't worry, Lady Tsunade, he said. I know my place. I'm not here for that. I'm here because it is time for you to return. Her smile immediately slipped away. Return? You've got some nerves. I've been gone for a long time for a reason, she said. Naruto was so calm as he spoke to her. I could take you back if I wanted to. drag you, lock you away. But what is the point? Why would I make you into my enemy? Forcing you into a cell where your talent will rot away. That is simply stupidity and weakness. Before she could say anything, Naruto spoke. Instead, I'm just here to talk. A bar is not too far away from here, said Naruto. It's rather tame compared to this place. Moments later, the three of them sat down. It is good to meet you too, Shizune. You've done a fine job standing by her side for all these years. You know me? Shizune said. Of course. Shizune was unsettled. She didn't know why. There was just something about this person. Perhaps it was the way he looked at you, like he wanted to know everything, your deepest, darkest secrets, and that he was willing to listen. Enough small talk. Why did you drag me here? What do you want? Tsunade said. She fully heard what he said earlier, but she just wanted to turn what he said down. Hokage or not. He leaned forward. The village needs you, he said. Not as a weapon, not as a figurehead, but as what you were always meant to be. A protector. She slammed the cup down. A protector? Don't you preach at me, boy. You don't know a damn thing about me. His next words hit like a kunai to the chest. I know about Dan and Naoki, he said. The cup in her hand broke, spilling sake all over the table. Shizune gasped, fear what is about to happen. Tsunade's voice raised. Don't say their name. But Naruto was so calm, showing no fear. They both wanted to be Hokage. Naoki wanted to be Hokage so that he could protect everyone. Dan believed the village need to reform a stronger system to protect the children from war. They died chasing that dream. Her fist clenched. Shizune was worried that she would perhaps strike him. But Naruto was so gentle as he spoke. You carry their pain, but you're burdened by their will. Do you really believe that this is what they wanted for you? For you to numb yourself? Tell me, how much night have you found yourself going overboard just to get some sleep? Gambling away your dreams, your ideology, because the pain is too great. If you refuse to accept, the pain will never truly go away. Her lip trembled, his words striking her deep. You are Tsunade Senju, granddaughter of Hoshirama Senju, the healer that could save countless lives. The sister that swore that she would honor Naoki's dream. The lover who swore that she will carry Dan, will no matter what. And yet, here you are, running. Tell me, Tsunade, what do you think they would say about the woman that you've become? Her head was down, her fist so tight. Shizune was cautious, believing that she was going to punch him right now, but tears, Naruto words carved through her, carved into her chest. Not a single person had spoke about them because she didn't want it to listen. But he was the only one brave enough to actually remind her, and it struck her deep. How could he unravel her with just his words alone? Shizune could not understand. What kind of person was this? Your pain does not make you weak. It makes you needed. The village does not need a drunk gambler, Tsunade. It needs the woman that Naoki and Dan believed in. And deep down you know, that woman is still alive. Finally she looked up, her tears dropping from her eyes. as she looked at this young man. Time skip. The people were shocked as they witnessed their Hokage. While Naruto might seem to have been alone, he was not. Tsunade Senju right beside him. His protective detail not too far behind. They were stunned, having accomplished so much, but this, bringing back a pride and joy of their village, the Senju blood. The most surprising part was Naruto was a Uchiha, given the rivalry, the hatred, yet he was willing to put that aside. This young man was shaping up to be the greatest Hokage to ever live. However, thus, as Naruto was trying to bring something powerful, there were people out there that was trying to bring something wicked, dark, something to crush all of the light. Two men was having a conversation. Through that boy flows the blood of Madara Uchiha. In his heyday, his desire was to bring down every single nation to his, control. The information about heroes in retirement is shaky at best. This was a scheme. The Uchihas made their move, and they did it in the reborn manifestation of Madara himself. He even looked like him. But I can tell you he's worse. His ideology, his mind. You've seen him. You've spoken to him. How long do you think it will take for that Uchiha pride to take over? How long do you think it will take before he lead the march to make the sand bow? Orochimaru smiled as he saw the conflicted look on Raza's face, knowing that in order to bring the leaf down, he needs power. Power more than ever before. However, the opportunity that he had right now was something that was so great. It was surprising. So terrifyingly so. Time skip. Orochimaru was moving across the nations. The Raikage, powerful, immense, has also heard what was going on in Konoha. However, when he received word that his village could gain another Jinchuriki and become the strongest, he went more so to snuff out this virus that was in his home. As he came face to face with the Sannin, needing no backup, nothing, he could kill Orochimaru himself. I take it, there is still hatred for what I did. Orochimaru was known for stealing chakra from the former 8-tailed Jinchuriki in the past. He's never been forgiven and he was still wanted here. I know that my very face displeases you, but I'm here with the opportunity, a chance to put Kumo on the top. Because we all know that it doesn't matter how much years pass, this village will never be better than Konoha. Speak what you have to say, and do not waste my time, the Raikage said. Well, I'm simply offering you the position to be a part of the greatest movement that is ever made across the elemental nation. The fall of the hidden leaf. He saw it. For the briefest of moments, he saw it. That look, that understanding gaze. He had him. He just had to reel him in. The Uchihas were powerful. This Naruto Uchiha was powerful indeed, but what would he do against everyone? The Sannin chuckled with a smile, reeling in the Raikage. But guys, we end up so right here. If you want to see the next part, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm out for now. See you guys soon. Peace.